Basketball great Michael Jordan has stepped up with a multi-million-dollar donation to the cause. Standing by live this morning is Eagle News correspondent Zarita Sessi. Good morning, Zarita. Just how big is MJ's donation?
Good morning, Tom. And yes, Michael Jordan is showing us all why he's a legend on and off the court. So it was just a couple weeks ago when the entire world was watching Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls in The Last Dance. And even though that documentary has come to an end, Michael Jordan has made headlines once again. So in light of the recent events surrounding the death of George Floyd, Michael Jordan and the Jordan brand, his company, has announced that they will be donating $100 million over the next 10 years for the ongoing fight for racial equality, social justice, and greater access to education. In a statement released by the Jordan brand, they promised that, and I quote, "until the ingrained racism that allows our country's institutions to fail is completely eradicated, we will remain committed to protecting and improving the lives of Black people." And we know that Michael Jordan is a man of few words, but he too has reached a point where he can no longer stay silent. So in a separate statement that he put out, he articulated the power that a collective movement can have and urged people to continue to put pressure on the leaders to change laws. And he also encouraged people to use the power of their vote in order to create systemic and lasting changes. So in addition to the Jordan brand donation, their parent company, Nike, has also committed $40 million over the next 40 years to support Black communities in the United States. In the past week, we've seen multiple NBA players show their support for the movement, including Toronto Raptors' own Kyle Lowry, Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks, and Russell Westbrook of the Houston Rockets. And these are just some of the NBA players who have joined and will continue to join the many protests all over the country. Reporting from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Zarita Sessi, Eagle News. We live in interesting times.
Zarita, before you go, I'd like your thoughts on something. You know, professional basketball is set to resume the end of July. Some people are saying, well, you know, in light of the current situation, maybe this isn't such a good time. Your observations on that?
I mean, I can vouch for either side of the argument, but I personally think that it's actually a good time for the NBA, especially with the way Adam Silver, the commissioner, has allowed his athletes to be able to voice their stance on matters just like this by, you know, their T-shirts, their warm-ups, just how active their players are on social media. So as much as we don't want to take away from what's going on, I think the athletes themselves will not allow the attention to go away from what's happening right now.
So even though they're playing, they'll keep focused on the issues then?
I think so, especially when they have leaders like LeBron James, Russell Westbrook. I don't think that they'll allow any attention to be taken away from this because they themselves go through this every single day. So I don't think they'll allow us to forget it.
Thanks for joining us this morning, Zarita. Always a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thanks, Tom.